got some questions here that I'd love to ask. I know a little bit more about your story, but it's so inspiring to me, which is why, I'd asked you to please be a part of our show so that our listeners here can hear how you went from this 9-to-5 job to going out on your own and crushing that company and then getting involved in real estate. Do you mind sharing what that transition looked like when you were a 9-to-5er going then into the entrepreneur, background and basically crushing it from there? The rest is history.
Yeah, man. As we all had family over. I'm sure all your listeners for Thanksgiving. I'm thinking how old I am. when I'm thinking back to these things. First and foremost, I'm no different than probably every listener on your listening right now. And what I did was, I did what everybody was told to do and go to school, and I went to a good school, and I graduated with a degree in biology and a degree in business. I know that's a unique combination, but when I got out into the corporate world, it wasn't really something that I figured that I would stay at long term, because I just didn't enjoy it. And then as I get older, as I mentioned before, as I get older, one of the things I realize is, whether you're talking about creating a business, getting involved in real estate, doing anything, but something with your family, make sure that you are enjoying it. I have an uncle that is 102.
Wow.
And he's a great guy. At 102, he's still doing things that you wouldn't think that, I may not be doing in 5 years, let alone 102.
Right.
But the message that I get from him, the message that I start to realize as I get older and I start to have kids, grandkids, and things like that, is you have to enjoy what you're doing, because if you don't, then the process of being an entrepreneur is a lot harder. The gradient is a lot steeper if you don't enjoy it. And so a lot of people say, I'm going to do that because, there's money in that. Real estate is one of those things. Or I'm going to do that because, I can, I'm going to get on a radio show. Don't do it for that. Do it for the enjoyment. And that's it's almost a cliche thing, but you don't realize how important that statement is and true that statement is until you do get older. So I got out in the working world, didn't like it, and I remember when I walked into my boss's office, his name was Russ, and said, basically, I'm going to do something completely different. I was in the environmental field at the time, and I was in the corporate world for that, and I said, I'm going to do something completely different. He was somewhat shocked, because he was like, John, your numbers are great, you're doing, he's really questioning why I'm making this decision. And no one can make that, by the way, no one can make that decision but you. I mean, that's a really tough thing to do. If you decide to leave your job, your position, you've got some explaining to do, probably to your family or to your colleagues or friends or even your superiors, but no one can make that decision but you. If you feel good with that, and you have not motivation, and we talk about motivation a lot, but more inspiration. Motivation is wasted. This is something I get from Frank McKinney, Yoshi.
Yes.
But motivation is wasted if you're not inspired by something. And motivation will leave you in a day or two, but inspiration is something that really stays with you. And I was just inspired to create and do something on my own, and do something a little bit different than what I was told to do, not because I was rebellious, but because I just knew that there was something better. And so that was really the start or reason why I left the corporate world and decided to do something different.
Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Yoshi Strachey, the host of the real estate show Utah Home Sweet Home, which airs every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. on K-Top Radio 1640 a.m. I'm also the host of the show $1 Million Home Sweet Home, where we tour $1 million homes right here in this beautiful state of Utah. I'm also a real estate agent, a real estate investor. I fix and flip houses, and I'm also a national public speaker. And on this channel, we're gonna talk everything real estate as well as everything Utah, because this beautiful state has a lot to offer. And if you're looking to get to know more about real estate and real estate investing, or just purchasing your very first owner-occupied home, you've come to the right place.